Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And today I have a combined haul for you. My sister is visiting me and she arrived at the end of September. And since then, I haven't really had much time to do any filming. And we have been several places to do some shopping. She has a channel here on YouTube, Michelle My Belle, and she's a junk journaler and a hauler. So anyways, we've been to lots of places shopping, and that's what I'm going to show to you today. I'm not going to linger too long on things except for a few items here and there. So what I've got for you is Dollar Tree, Dollarama, Michael's, Value Village, various thrift stores, and a few random things that I found in my stash that I haven't used. So anyways, let's start off with this. I received this morning. It's the latest edition of In the Moment magazine, which is Mindful Ways to Live Your Life Well. This is issue number 18, November 2018. And this magazine always comes with little extras, pullouts, or some little booklet or something like that. This month it came with a 2019 calendar with some really nice artwork from, I don't think it's from their magazine, from previous issues of the magazine, because I don't recognize any unless it's from ones from years ago. So, but this hasn't been out that long. So, yeah, I'll just show you a couple of pages of this because it's really nice illustration. And this is what, oh, sorry. This is one of the reasons why I get this magazine, is because I really like the illustration. It reminds me of Scandinavian style illustration. Zaka, or whatever it's called. Oh no, that's the Japanese word for it. There's a Swedish word for it. I can't remember. Isu? I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's really cool. I like that. And then the magazine has, there's no other adding bits to this one because that was a major deal. But the magazine has all sorts of lifestyle images about vacations and health and crafts and holidays, advertisement for Project Calm, which is their sister magazine, which is a mindfulness through crafts magazine. I'm going to get a subscription to that one next when my subscription to this one expires, which will actually be in a few months, I think. So yeah, nice pictures like this. I loved it. They go in junk journals really nicely, and there's lots of little lifestyle pictures which are good for cutting out for collage. And yeah, the illustrations are really nice. The photography is well done, and since this is a UK magazine, it has thick, well, it's not that thick. It's just thicker than, say, an American fashion magazine. Compared to one of those, this is thick, and it's matte. So you don't have to worry about the problems with collaging with glossy paper. And there's really cool headers, titles in here to cut out for, yeah, it looks like mine got a little bit banged up in the mail. These first few pages have a tear, and my cover has a tear, but I will survive. No problem. I got a lot of stuff here, so I'm just going to be turning around and putting it on the other side over there when we're done. Okay, now the next thing is that last year in January I signed up for the Hip Kit Club, and my dad fell ill and passed away in February. Well, he fell ill at the end of January, so I had to go off to Calgary, and I received the January, February, and March kits of the Hip Kit Club, but because of personal things going on, I never had a chance to open them. And when I came back, I canceled my subscription, but I just missed the date, so I did get the April one as well. I opened them and had a peek in them, but then set them away. So I'm doing the Get Organized Challenge by Tiffany Spalding right now. So got these all out, opened them up, put the stuff away, and these are the new craft supplies that I ended up with. Some Distress Oxides, which I do not have any of, if you can believe. And one of the reasons for that is that I knew these were in those kits. So I had to open them and find out what colors I had. So this is what I got. I got 2 in one kit, 1 in one kit, and 2 in another kit. So we got Abandoned Coral, Cracked Pistachio, Squeezed Lemon, Picked Raspberry, and Spiced Marmalade. All very lovely, colorful colors, though none of these are my favorite of the Distress colors. And then 1 month came with this. It's Vicki Boutin. We got a set of watercolor stickers, which I filed away, but it came with her set of watercolors, which I've heard good and bad things about, but this is a craft set or a student grade set. It's not professional by any means. I just recently watched a review of it, and the person was talking about how they didn't really have high expectations, and they ended up saying that they were fine for crafting purposes, nothing wrong with them, not that chalky, and they had pigment and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using these. The only thing that disturbs me is that the bottles don't have any color names on them, nor do they have any numbers. So I have heard it's that Vicki Boutin suggests that you write your numbers on them. So yeah, that's definitely what I'll be doing. And I'm looking forward to using those because I love watercolors a lot. Even cheap ones I love. Then we got a bottle of, or I should say a jar of Vicki Boutin's Creative FX Iridescent Glaze. And that I am assuming you mix a little bit into your watercolor on your palette, and it makes it sparkle and iridescent. Also came up with a couple of washi tapes. This one here. Oh, you know what? I need to get my washi tape book. It was right here a minute ago. I think I covered it up with all my bags. There it is. Yeah, whenever I show you guys washi tape I like to get out the sample book and put it in there so you get a good look at what it looks like. So I have no idea what make these are. They just came in various craft kits along the way that I had not discovered until now. So this first one is black and white with the days of the week and a star in between them. I really like this because I am trying to collect black and white washi because I really like black and white art, and this is actually useful for a planner. So there we go, that's what it looks like on there. Very nice. I really like that one. And then we got another one here, which seems to be some various colors. There is not very much on this at all. I feel like I will be using a good portion of it just to do my sample. But it has different blocks of color. Green, wait, that's all folded. There we go, that's better. What happened to my, oh yeah, it's downstairs. Use this. So yeah, we got green, white, yellow, pink, and then there's turquoise, coral, white, yellow, green, black. Okay, so like it never repeats itself. It's just the same colors going over and over. But I quite like that, especially once it gets to the coral and the turquoise. But there you can see how the patterns go. And then the other one that I got was one of these little ones that comes on a little tape roll. Just trying to get it started. A little tricky. These things usually are. I think I have 2 others of this. Okay. How are we going to get... Oh, it doesn't want to roll. It only wants to roll backwards. I think I need to stick that up there. There we go. So this first part, it tore and doubled up on itself. Where's my bin? Oh. It's an arm's length across the room there. Okay, so I'll put this one down, and I really like this one. It is black and white diagonal stripes, and very fine ones. Yeah, it's got a nice terror on it too. Some of these things have the edge part that doesn't even rip, but that one was nice. So that's what that looks like. So that's it for washi. Bookmark back. Then I also found one of these stamps with a bunch of different words and thingies on it. Keep it simple, make a mess, and then a blank date one for you to fill in the numbers. One that says one that says date and a space for you to put it. This one says good morning, good night, checkbox love, checkbox not lovin'. Love and not lovin'. This one says I'm obsessed. Let's go. Let's do this. It's so hard to read backwards. Yes, no, maybe. Love with a blank spot. And I'm back to the beginning. So I have one other one of these. I haven't used it a lot, but I think if I can get it out on my desk, I will use them. I always do this when I'm talking. I shake what I'm holding. Like I'm trying to impress a point. Can't stop. Then I got this stencil, and I have no idea who it's from. It just came like this. Have to say it looks like an AliExpress stencil from the material and whatever, but that's not really dissing it. It's very nice. Little tiny leaves, and then leaves with little berries on them. Then I got two Echo Park items, and these are nice. This is a 6x6 stencil called Picnic Blanket. Don't look like a picnic blanket to me, but it's lovely. I have never actually seen an Echo Park stencil in real life, and I'm impressed. I like this. Definitely going to take a look at them next time I order online. And then I got one of Echo Park's stamps, and this one is called Dainty Rose, and this is gorgeous. Don't know if you can see it because it's so tiny. I'll put it right up for you. Yeah, that is very dainty. I love this. And this is not the type of thing that I would probably pick up for myself. I would probably find ones that were more my style. So yeah, it's one of the fun things about getting kits, is you get stuff that you wouldn't normally buy yourself, but you love anyways. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using those. So those are the discovered art supplies that I found during my cleanup, which I'll have to say I am very pleased with. These distress oxides are going to be used a lot, and I will probably end up buying the whole set of them eventually over the next year. I have the complete set of mini distress inks. I have about 10 of them in the big size, and then I have the complete set of archival inks in the minis with 2 blacks in the one in the normal size, and no, I've got 1 black in the normal size and 2 blacks in the jumbo size. So, okay, now this is in no order. I'll just take it a bag at a time and tell you where the bag is coming from. So this is from Dollar Tree. So, I think this was probably mostly Halloween. I got this guy here who, when you tilt his face, he goes from a nice looking young gentleman to a zombie, a scary looking zombie. I thought these would be great for a cover. And I say these because I got his lady friend here, who goes from, she's more vampire to pretty lady to vampire lady. I don't know. I think you can see the changes on there. Yeah, so I like these. I like everything I buy. Then I got a package of maple leaves. The leaves around here where I live are finally starting to change color. As I look out my window, I see some yellow amongst the green. No other colors yet. Then I got some raffia. I just thought it was really cool to see raffia. I used to, back in the 80s, maybe early 90s, I used to make the raffia dolls. And I just think raffia is going to be fun to work with. So this is kind of a variegated blue. It's not the only one I got, but there's no others in this bag. The other thing that I got, oh no wait, there's something else in here. Okay, yeah. So I got this from the Dollar Tree as well, is that I wanted to, I'm going to have to set that out straight for a bit. I wanted to make a TN cover from a placemat. I know a lot of people do it, but I've never actually tried it myself. So when I saw this coffee themed one, it made me buy it. So now I've got one to use for that project. And the last thing in this bag from the Dollar Tree is a set of these. Oh, I picked up 2. I picked up 2 of these. And these are the 3-dimensional paper birds. I received some of these on Happy Mail, and I really liked them. And then when I saw them in Dollar Tree, I had to pick up a couple. They've got mounting squares underneath of them so that they stick up a bit. They're really cute. So, that's bag number 1 from Dollar Tree. My next bag is from a thrift store, but on the top of it I have some items from the Dollar Tree put into here. So, Dollar Tree first. I picked up some of these fine tip applicator bottles. I thought I would try using them with my glues so that I could, you know, do the fine details and stuff. So, yeah, gonna give those a try. Then next, I haven't picked up any of the planner stickers at Dollar Tree yet, And I found three different ones. So I got this one, and it's got different stickers on the front and the back. They have no particular name. Yeah, they're just called planner stickers. So this one's got a lot of functionals. It's got stuff like Too Cool, Yay, Good Vibes, Day Trip, Cool. It's got all your normal stuff too. And then on the back here, very summery. Cameras and drinks and sunglasses and clouds, flamingos, party fun. Then I got this one, which is more of a straightforward functional one with a rainbow of colors with things that say gotta do this, deadline, nope, nope, lunch, make it happen, meeting. And then on the back, for the decorative stickers, we got peace sign, speech bubbles, cactuses, cherries, lips, donuts, that kind of stuff. And the other one is a smaller one, but there are 300 stickers in it, and there are, there's definitely more than the 2 pages in there. I think it's probably 3. And these are functionals with smiley faces on them. And they have things like pizza night, game night, save the date, family day, movie night. And on the back we can see top priority, lazy day, laundry, me time, and the happy faces and stars. There is a page in between them, but obviously I can't see them. And then the other thing that I got from, oh no, a couple more things here. Okay, I got one of these stencil wheels, and this one, let's move these. This one is of the owls. So every time you, like this one says wisdom. That's just a flying owl. That's upside down looking at it the way I'm looking at it. Different style, another different style, and so on as you go around. I'm definitely going to be removing this piece of paper and just using the stencil as is. But this thing is kind of neat for kids who are tracing through the stencils, like in the picture here. Using this little spinner to pick the one you want to use, I think is good for kids. But I'll be taking that off. Then, I think I've mentioned before that I'm doing the Get Organized Challenge by Tiffany Spalding, who is the creator and owner of the Scrap Rack, which I have. And I was running out of the little zip poly bags, so I bought some tiny ones, which I didn't have. I think these are the 1-inch ones. And then I bought some of the 3x4s. Those I was running out of. So I stocked up on that. Okay, so the rest of the stuff in here is from a thrift store. The bag is from a different store. Plastic bags are donated to the thrift stores. So, this is a bunch of books. I will show you these first. Yeah, second bag. I need to take a sip. My mouth's getting dry. Sorry about that. The first book I actually bought just to read. I like Anne Rule, and this is one of her crime volumes. And I've only actually read a few of her books, and this store where I got this from, hardcovers are 25 cents, paperbacks and kids books are 10 cents. So it is a fantastic place to go to buy books. So yeah, this is probably a book club edition. Yeah, it is. But that's what I read. So then I got this, which I couldn't believe when I saw it, the Book of American Clocks. Now, I just absolutely love putting clocks in my art. I like round things, and the clock face just really does it to me. And this book is just full of American clocks throughout history. And these are just going to be great in my collage. So the first full half of the book is clocks. And then the second half of the book is a index of where the clocks came from and clock makers and that sort of thing. So really excited about using that book in my collage. Now then, while I was out these last few days shopping, I've been on the lookout for little golden books. I actually used to collect golden books, but I had to give them away 15 years ago when we moved across the country to where we live now. And I really don't feel the need to collect them. I just want to get them and eventually turn them into little golden, into junk journals. So we got the Little Golden Picture Dictionary with pictures by Tibor Gurgley. Now he's one of my favorite LGB illustrators. Goodbye Tonsils, which is by Anne Welsh Guy. She wrote a lot of books for Rand McNally Elf. Animal Daddies and My Daddy. And Barbara Schuckhazen is a famous author. I'm not really into the illustrator. Then I got this one, which I've had before. I used to be a bookseller. Started in the 90s. So yeah, I've had this before. It's missing the clock hands on it. And differently from the other Little Golden books, it's a paperback. But it's not worth anything, but you don't see this one very often. How to Tell Time, and it's by Jane Werner Watson, who is a famous children's author. Oh, it's not missing the hands. The hands are on the inside. Look at that. Ooh, that's better than I thought. I was positive it had... Oh, and it says right here, movable clock hands inside. Duh. Huh. That's awesome. So yeah, this book was originally printed in 1957, but the book that I'm holding in my hands is the 16th printing, 1973. That does not mean that the book was published in 1973. It means the 16th version of it was, and this could be that same version 4 years later in 1977. Unless they change something, they're not going to put a new copyright date on it. And in the future, like I said, I used to be a bookseller, and one of our fellow booksellers wrote a little guide to dating Little Golden books, which is a very imperfect science. Some books you just can't tell. But I thought I would, in the future, I think I've collected enough of different period, LGBs from different periods that I can do this, is do a how to date one of these books for the junk journaler, so that you can not have to wonder so much about all the dates that are in them. So yeah, that one. And finally, this one I got because I've never seen it. And as a bookseller who sold a lot of these and a collector who collected a lot of these, when I find one that I've never heard of, to me, that's rare. It's not worth anything, though. It's called The Nitos and the Litter Bugs in the Mystery of the Missing Ticket. So, and it's not by anybody that I know. It's a strange little book, but never heard of it, so had to have it. So, that's what I got from that thrift store. Next up is another thrift store buy. I got the magazine holder because this is part of the Tiffany Spalding Get Organized challenges to use these paper storage holders. Not plastic ones. She sells some 12 by 12 ones, but and 8.5 by 11s, but I figured I would save money by starting to pick them up from garage sales. I also picked up 2 magazine sized, so they're a little bigger than an 8.5 by 12, but they're nowhere near the size of a 12 by 12. They were just the size for an oversized magazine. So I got a couple of those that are made from cardboard, which are the ones I prefer, and I'm already using them, so I can't show them to you. So I got this, and what did we get? I picked up this book for my son. I haven't given it to him yet. It's called Brick, Dracula, and Frankenstein, 2 classic horror tales told in a whole new way. And basically it's uses the exact words from both Dracula and Frankenstein, taking out quotes here and there to tell the story. And it uses Lego people to illustrate it. So it's like a graphic novel, but the text is actually from the original. So it's not an adapted or condensed. Well, I suppose condensed would be the right word, but it hasn't been dumbed down to a children's level. It's the real words, and then the illustration, and of course many, many, many words from the book are missing. It's just enough to tell the story. So Dracula is really long, and Frankenstein is only a short part of the book at the back. Of course, yeah, this is chapter 2 of Frankenstein. Of course, Frankenstein is itself a small book. One of my favorites. I'm very, I guess you could say to a point that I study Frankenstein. Then I got some magazines, and it is getting very hard around here to find magazines. So when I find them, I jump and I buy them. I'll pay as much as $1 for them. These, I believe, are 25 cents. So I got 2 issues of Reminisce, which, as far as I can tell, they do not sell in Canada anymore, nor does the website offer subscriptions to Canadians. So, yeah, I was really excited to find these. Then I got an old 1995 National Geographic with, yeah, you know what you expect in it. Good background material in there for collages. Then I got, oh, I was so excited to get this. I think you can see it if I hold it like this. This is a Canadian magazine called Rue Morgue. It comes out, I believe, 4 times a year. I have a subscription to it ever since I found out it existed. And it's a horror magazine, but it covers horror in all the media, from movies to books, from comics to music. And this is the 100th edition, which specializes on Christopher Lee, Hammer music, sorry, Hammer films. I think it's got some Nightmare on Elm Street in there. It's got music from the House of Horror, Best Worst Movie, R.L. Stine, and this, I'm actually going to read it before I do anything with it, but this has absolutely fantastic photography and pictures of old-time movie stills and ads and stuff. So if you're into horror or body horror or just old-time actors and actresses and stuff, this is like, look, Nosferatu. This is my thing. And then I found this. I haven't read a Mad magazine since the 70s, and I was absolutely addicted to them back then. They used to make little paperback books, and my school library had them, and I just totally read them. I'm not into this stuff where they do these satires on modern movies and politicians and actors and actresses and stuff, because I'm not into that, and I don't know who these people are. And back in the 70s when I read them, I basically wasn't even old enough to watch any of the movies that they were satiring. So these don't, like, I haven't seen any Scream movies, so I'm not going to understand a satire on it. But what I do like is this stuff. The little shorts, Spy versus Spy, the little funnies, like that, and, you know, I mean, there's some pop culture in here that I'm going to understand. Beanie Babies, you know. So yeah, these are what I like the most, though, is the little shorts. And the back still does the same as what it did before. Happy, high-spirited youth today is following its heart in the uninhibited wearing of the wildest styles ever seen. And there's our picture. And if we fold the arrows to the arrows, we get a jack-o'-lantern with only one eye. I don't have my arrows straight. Let's see if I can get them straight. There, that looks better. Yeah, so cool. I used to always love that part. So very happy with the magazine selection there. Right up my alley. And don't forget this. And then again at that store, another one of these. So I got two of the plastic blue ones, and I got two big cardboard ones. And inside, this just happens to be some Amazon journaling paper that got stuffed in there, so it doesn't belong. So I got this really cool book here called Bizarre Phenomena from Reader's Digest, and it is full of awesome imagery. Deals with all sorts of unknown mysteries, from the spooky and paranormal to the interesting, like when it rained fish, when it rained frogs. We all understand how that happens now. Circle crops, strange looking animals. Just, you know, from the real to the make-believe. We've got just, what's the word they use? Bizarre things that have happened with fabulous both images and backgrounds. So yeah, can't wait to start digging into that one. And then I collect skeletons, and especially skulls. So whenever I find anything with some skeletons in it, I'm gonna get it. So this is a children's book, but it's got some fantastic, cute skeleton pictures, which I will definitely be using in my collage. So there we go. Next up is a bag from Value Village. Value Village gives us paper bags now, so that means I can save that and make a paper bag journal out of it. I believe I just got the one bag from there, and I purchased a bunch of, sorry for rattling, let me get this out. Purchased a lot of books, mostly for journaling, and I just have to set this bag down neatly so that I can fold it up properly later. Okay, so I will show you everything that I got here, and I got some pretty cool stuff. But just give me a second to have another sip because I am really thirsty. My mouth is getting dry. Okay, so I got a bunch of little golden books. They're on the bottom except for this one. Little Red Riding Hood, which is by Mabel Watts, and she was also another author who did a lot for Rand McNally Elf. I like Little Red Riding Hood books, kind of have a few of them. Then Margaret Wise Brown is one of my absolute favorite children's authors, and when you put her together with Clement Hurd, he illustrated a lot of her books, and you got some excellent books. This one, I believe, was a Caldecott winner, so I just got this. I'm going to alter it, but it's basically the... what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it's the, it just means something to me from my childhood. Oh my goodness, I can't think of the word. Then these were really cool. These are Popular Mechanics shop notes. I got volume 17, which was 1921, and volume 20, which was 1924. They had all the 20s there. I didn't need that many, so I just bought these two. They're really excellent. They are, I don't know if they're actually, oh, I think there was a section in the magazine. In the magazine Popular Mechanics, I believe there is a section called Shop Notes. And this is a, oh yeah, here we go. Tells you where they come from. So these came from the magazine. And this is 1921. And it's just got some awesome schematic drawings for machines from the 1920s. It was really cool if you're into this sort of thing, but I think this sort of thing just goes fantastic in when you're doing steampunk books. It looks really cool. I'm sure some of this stuff is, I've looked at old Popular Mechanics magazines, and some of the stuff is just not realistic compared to our modern science, but yeah, these are really cool. I got this really early one because it's more unique than the late 20s, which is what this one is from. Because in the late 20s is when they really started, you know, the Ford car was coming around, and they were starting to get a grip on all this industrialized stuff much better. So yeah, this one's not as unique with the stuff that they're making, but it's still cool. Then I got another Margaret Wise Brown book. This one is called The Little Fireman, and it's illustrated by Esfir Slobodkina. I have to look at it to say her name. Slobodkina. She's the one who wrote and illustrated Caps for Sale. And this is just fantastic. Fantastic book. And I'll be using this to junk journal somehow. It was originally written in 38. This is a new 1993 edition, so there's some sort of changes made to it. Another thing that I am collecting to make little journals out of are the Ladybird books, and this one's pretty much got the pages falling out and taped up and all that kind of thing, so I have no problem tearing that one up and using a little journal. And now we get to the golden books that I purchased. I got Blueberry Bear, counts from 1 to 20. And this is a newer one. Marilyn Sadler. She does more modern stuff. A House for a Mouse. This one's by Kathleen N. Daly. She was a popular LGB writer. This is The Three Bears, which is by Fyodor Rojankovsky. I can say these names, but I have to look at them to say them. Rojankovsky. And he's another, him with Tibor Gurgly are probably my two favorite little Golden Book illustrators. Oh, but then, of course, I can't forget Richard Scarry. Pocketful of Nonsense by James Marshall. This is more modern, probably from the 80s or something. 92, this edition. So this is poetry. He writes funny poetry. Oh, limericks. That's what these are. Limericks. The Pokey Little Puppy. When I was a kid, this was my absolute favorite book. But I did not have this as a little golden book. I had this as a big golden book. And they were great big huge books like this. And I just absolutely loved the Pokey Little Puppy. Yeah, I totally remember this. Yeah, who have we got? Yeah, oh, okay, I forgot another one of my favorite illustrators, Gustav Tenggren. He's another one. And The Saggy Baggy Elephant. This is by one of my favorites. Tenggren. Yep, illustrated by Kent Tenggren. And it's written by Catherine and they say B. Jackson. That's probably her husband. This is gorgeous. This is a, yeah, no, it's not nowhere near a first edition, but it's an old one. It's 1947, but it's yeah, it's the 12th printing, so who knows, it's probably from the 50s or 60s. So, some more good books. What I'm going to do with all these books, I do not know. Okay, the next bag is a thrift store. And in this bag we have books again. It was just my day for books. I tell you, I have gone out on days to the thrift stores looking for books. Sorry for the crackling. I have gone out looking for books and found none. And then times like this, I go out and I find something at every store I go to. So, our first one is another Margaret Wise Brown book, and it's illustrated by Leonard Weisgard, and this is The Little Chicken. So we got a great author-illustrator combination in this book. It looks like the Runaway Bunny. Oh, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen this one because I'm pretty sure it's about the bunny and the chicken. This was the little chicken. He belonged to Rabbit. Oh. Well, that's really nice. I like that. Okay, then I also used to collect I Can Read books, and this is Barkley. It's not one that I often found much, but I collected Sid Hoff. I collected a lot of children's books in my time. Now I get the pleasure of buying them to make them into journals. I want to be a dentist. I just thought this was fun. Yeah. Nobody famous doing the stuff, but come on. Look at those pictures. They are awesome. Yes. These are the Wonder Books Easy Readers, and I had a ton of these when I was a kid. They probably helped me learn to read. I don't know. I was a very early reader. But I had this one, Surprise in the Tree. Sarah Asheron, she's not exactly famous, but she did write a lot of these Wonder Book Easy Readers. Great illustrations. have fun watercoloring in some of the black and white ones. Yeah, great book. Then I picked this one up just because I like to have the anatomy images. So any book that's about anatomy, I will pick up, whether it be for children or college students or whatever, because I love using those images in my work. Now a wonder book. Again, more books from my childhood. Tuggy the Tugboat, which is illustrated by Carl and Mary Hogg, I think it's pronounced. Could be Hoge, but I think it's Hogg. So yeah, they were a husband and wife team, and this is a good story about a tugboat. Gorgeous illustrations. Okay, next one is a Golden Shape book. Now, we had these when I was a kid too. The difference between this and a little golden book is that the Golden Shape books were soft cover, and then they were in the shape of the cover. So all your pages were that side. And this is by Kathleen N. Daly, who was a popular LGB writer, and she also wrote for Whitman and Random House Elf, and it's illustrated by Jan Flug, who did quite a bit of children's illustration back then too. This one's gorgeous. I just love this. And these were very easy readers, these Golden Shape books. So yeah, like that. Now this one I just had to pick up because of what it was. I like Hanna-Barbera, and Top Cat was one of my dad's favorite characters. My dad was the kind of dad who sat down on the floor with us on Saturday mornings to watch the cartoons, and enjoyed them just as much, if not more, than we did. Yeah, he was a cartoon watching dad. So this is cool. I can get some good stuff out of that. This I picked up just to the spine's a bit torn, but the boards are good. I didn't pay $1. That's like a garage sale sticker or something. But I picked this up for the boards to use in a junk journal. And I'll use some of the images too. I like the 1 or 2 tone illustrations from back in the 50s and the 60s. Now this is something new for me. This is a little silver book. It's not a little gold book, it's a little silver book. It's by the same people, it's by Golden Press. And I have actually never seen one of these, which is saying something. The pictures are by Corinne Malvern, and she's the one who illustrated all the Dick and Jane readers back in the day, plus she illustrated other ones. Maybe the Alice and Jerry books. I know she did a set of Canadian children's readers. She did the Dick and Jane. And if you look hard enough in the old readers, you will find her name. So this has got some scribbling in it, but not a lot. And these pictures are just absolutely adorable of the boy looking at what kinds of careers he can be. Yeah, great. And I don't even mind the scribbling on there. It just kind of lends to the age of it, you know. Yeah, a lot of these books ended with a song, and I had minimal skills on playing the piano. Like, I knew where the sounds were, which key was which note, as long as there weren't any flats or sharps. I know where flats are today, but I didn't back then. And I would try and tinker the songs out, but I didn't know how to do 8 notes and quarter notes and all that stuff. So this is really cool to me. And these are some of my favorite books here. Lois Lenski did a whole bunch of books that are this size. her most popular being, I believe he's called Mr. Small. But this is part of a series. This one's called I Like Winter. And there also is Spring is Here on a Summer Day and Now It's Fall. And I think this will make an absolutely gorgeous mini book. Lois Lenski did both the illustrations and the writing. And it's really cool that Clyde Robert Buller wrote this song. He had songs in his books as well. Now these two are Whitman Tiny Tales. And these are paperbacks. We know the Whitman Telltales are kind of a smaller version of the Little Golden Books. And these Tiny Tales are very tiny. Illustrated by Ruth McPherson. Never heard of the author. So yeah, these are easy readers with one sentence or two per page. This is just adorable. I love it. And then this is a little Mother Goose. Don't know the illustrator. These are from the 50s. Yeah, those are going to make, even though the covers are all creased and all that kind of stuff, I will probably attach them to chipboard to make them more sturdy, but I love the creases. It just adds to the, shall we say, distressed look of them. Yeah, so that was a great haul, and these books were all really cheap. I have had some very good thrift store attendance. I have one bag left. Oh, oh, it's not. I better go faster. It was almost an hour. Okay, so I'm going to go through this one quickly, and same with the rest of the stuff. This is Dollarama, which is our Canadian dollar store. Prices range from $1 to $4, and I mostly got Halloween things. So these are wall decals. I got the Mummy, and he's pretty gross. I got Frankenstein, and he's pretty gross too. And then I got the holographic glow-in-the-dark skeleton heads, which I don't think are scary. Then I got is this a tablecloth? Yeah, a flannel-backed tablecloth. Got some maple leaf napkins, some spiderweb napkins. These aren't Halloween, but the rain boot napkins. I've got some adhesive skulls. Time to shake things up napkins. And then I got these, which are really cool. They had a whole bunch of different ones, but I wasn't really interested in the black cats and stuff like that. But I got the spiders, a bag full of, it's hard to say what this is made out of. Probably plastic. And then I got 2 bags full of skulls, and I think those will work great in mixed media. And then I got a spiderweb napkin, and picked up 2 of these. They are to make some little chalkboard headstone stand-up thingies. I'm just going to use the headstones, not these things. So I picked up 2 of those. And what else we got in here? Oh, I needed some more tape rolls for my tape holder. So that was Dollar Tree, folks. Good napkins for a change. You usually don't find very good napkins there. Or it's just the same ones week after week after week. Alright, so let's not make this take too long. Next one is Dollar Tree as well. I needed some envelopes. I talked previously about the raffia. This is variegated, it's hard to tell if it's pink or peach. I got some Velcro fastener. This is my coin purse. Good thing I haven't needed it. Some felt owl stickers. I needed these for something, but I've forgotten what. These I love. These are plastic skulls. Those are definitely going to be great on mixed media projects. Canvas. And I got myself a hairbrush. Woo! Alrighty. Another thrift store. I got one more of these plastic ones. This one's a little different. And in here, picked up some magazines because, like I said, they're hard to find at our thrift stores these days. So these are both Canadian magazines. Picked up this book because Mo Willems is one of my favorite current children's author illustrators. So I want to read this and review it on my book review site. But then I'm going to use it as a journal because these pages are absolutely fantastic. There is so much negative space. Okay, not on every page, but on a lot of pages. This is just perfect for journaling. Yeah, so a lot of pages are like that. Got myself some linens and picked up two of these. Very 70s woven type of thing. It's very soft. So I got two of those. This beautiful hanky with whoops, crocheted corner and edging, variegated pink. Then I was very lucky to pick up some Japanese linens. This one right here is of flowers, and in the corner is the Japanese writing, and it's still got the label on it, though I can't read it. It just says it's 100% something. So got that. Now these next ones were all rolled together like this with a ribbon or with an elastic around them, and I thought they were just scraps. Then I happened to notice this girl, and I'm not going to open it up all the way. It's big. But they're Japanese handkerchiefs again. So there's this girl right here. I got two of them in the purple. And then I got one in blue. And it's the same girl. And when I bought them, I thought they were all this. But as I was looking at them, I came across this one, which is very different and really beautiful. So I'm going to have to open this one up so you can see. And they've never been used. They still have their stickers in the corner. This one is just, look at that. It says December, I'm assuming. That's what it's for. And this one has the illustrator on it. We've got Yumi Takahisa. So that's gorgeous. Yeah. Really pleased to find those because I definitely do not find Japanese linens every day, and I just absolutely love Japanese anything. Then we've got, I picked this vintage thing up for the cover because I think clowns are creepy, and I think they go good in creepy pages. This was just a free brochure that I picked up that had a lot of nice ethnic pictures in it. And, whoops, sorry about that. And finally, I got some ribbon here, which is really, really nice. It's black and red. I always pick up laces and ribbons and stuff if they have black, because I like black. Why else? Okay, so we're coming to the end. Coming to the end. This is our last thrift store bag, and this is more books, so we'll go through it pretty quickly. These are gorgeous. As a bookseller, I used to have these all the time. These are perfect copies of them, and I got them for the covers. they're just absolutely gorgeous. It is a series of geography books by the Grolier Society called Lands and Peoples. I've had all of these books multiple times throughout my life, but I picked these up to gut and use the covers for junk journals. But the insides are very, very useful as well because they're just beautiful. There's all sorts of color plates, and the black and white pictures are stunning as well. This set that I've got is the 1957 edition. So I picked up Canada and the United States. I picked two of them that had the covers I liked the most. And the other one was British and Western Europe. Of course, that's the Tower of London. So I'm not too sure what this building is. I'm not that familiar with American geography. I know it's not the Empire State Building. Is it the Rockefeller Center? Oh, I know I've heard of it. I know if someone told me what this is called, I'd be like, oh yeah, I know that. But just looking at the building, I don't know what it is. Okay, then I picked these up, and these are just, I found these at just the exact opportune moment because I have a little golden book that is about baby animals. And ta-da! This fantastic book has huge and little pictures of a whole bunch of little baby animals. And it's by, no, it's not by anybody good. I was going to say it's by National Geographic. And I have a little golden book that's about farms. And look, farm animals. So, yeah, again, beautiful photographs, big and little, on a whole bunch of farm animals. So, pleased those came up when they did. Then I got this, which is for the cinch. I have a Zutter Find It All. They look like the ones that I use, so I don't know if they'll work or not. I'm going to try them. So, they were only like 50 cents. So, if they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. And finally in here, I got Robert Bateman, Natural World. Robert Bateman, for those who don't know, is a famous Canadian artist who paints realistic wildlife paintings. Signed paintings of his go for a lot of money. So yeah, I got these for the pictures. I'll be doing something with them. I'm not particularly a fan of his because I don't really like realistic painting, but beautiful, beautiful book. Okay, so last is just, I've just got a couple of items to show you. The other day we went to Michael's because I needed some of these for my storage. So I got this one with peaches, this one with a pink flower, this one with colored flowers, this one with lemons, and then they had 50-cent washi. And I'm not going to put this in my book because I'm finishing up. One of them has the days of the month on it for you to cut up and use in your planner. And the other one has the days of the week. So I thought those were really useful washies. And there's one thing I got that's not here. I got 2 packs of 3 Ranger alcohol inks. So I'll show those to you next time when I find the bag that they're in. Thank you so much if you stayed with me this far. It's just over an hour. But I figured I had better get this stuff out and shown to y'all so that I could start putting it away. So I won't take another moment of your time, but thank you very much for joining me and staying with me. If you made it this far, please give me a thumbs up, and I sure would appreciate any comments, and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye.